They say you can train AI, get paid, and even help change the world. That sounds pretty big, right? But what does that actually mean in reality? Is DataForce a legit way to earn from home, or is it just another platform using the AI hype to attract workers? In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what DataForce is, who it's for, how the projects work, and most importantly, what you can realistically expect in terms of earnings. In case you don't know, my name is Mikael, and on this channel here I test real ways to make money online, and I always share the pros and the downsides so you know what you're getting into. And I recently came across DataForce, and it's a platform where you can work on AI and data related projects, things like, for example, data annotation, evaluation tasks, language work, and other projects that help train AI systems. It sounds exciting, and in some ways it can be, but there are also some important things you need to understand before signing up, especially about project availability, pay structure, and who this is really suited for. So let's go over it all step by step so you can find out if this is the right opportunity for you or not. So let's start by going over who can join. And on the website, you can see there are two options. First of all, you can find just what they call data sourcing projects. This is short tasks that are easy to get started with usually. And then they have these short and long-term positions. And some of these have higher requirements and are also where you actually have to go to physical locations, where all of these are more flexible and you can do it from anywhere. And you can sign up for this also no matter the country you live in. And you can just click if you want to know more about any of these options. And what I really like about the short task, which is what I will focus on here, because the long-term positions, it's more like real jobs you apply for, and there's not that much data or information about it. But these short tasks, there are quite a lot of information. You can scroll down and see for each of them here, you can see from many different countries there and in different languages also. And then you would just click one to preview the job, and then you can just go through here and they show examples of what they're looking for. They describe it all, the basic requirements, all these different things, who it's for each of these tasks. And I must say there are really a lot of information here compared to what I have seen on most other AI training task platforms or data entry platforms. And I really do like this, that they are so clear about exactly what they're looking for, because that makes it easier for us to find out if it's for us or not and which task we want to apply for. Because on some platforms you just have a very vague description and you have no idea what is required, and then you find out later that it requires a lot of things you're actually not interested in. Here they are very clear, and I definitely like that. And if you then find a task you're interested in, how do you then sign up? So to sign up for DataForce, you do need to find a project that is relevant for you, where you can live up to the requirements and that you are interested in. So once you've found a job, you go through the whole description, and you also make sure, of course, that you can agree on the salary. They also do say what the compensation is. So again, they're very transparent about this. I definitely like that. And they even also describe for each job what the payment method will be. But once you have found one, you would then need to go to apply. So there's not a general way to join DataForce. You do need to find a specific task and apply for it to sign up. In that process, the first time you do it, then also have to create a profile. And keep in mind that when you do this, you also have to share your phone number, and they say they might use this later for further verification. If you don't feel comfortable about that and about sharing it right away when you sign up, then this is not a platform for you. So keep that in mind. Also, there is a contract you need to sign where all the details and terms are described for each task. For me, when I tried it, it was 9 pages. So it's a very long contract actually. Again, something that's a little bit unusual. Of course, I like when they go into details, but of course also for tasks like this, where you can maybe earn $15, or if you send several tasks or sets of photos for this specific task here, for example, then it's still like maybe you can earn a bit more. But if you have to sit and really read 9 pages, it does take quite a while. So just keep that in mind. And once you've gone through all this and signed it and filled out your profile, then all you can do is to just wait and hear and see if you get accepted. If you do, you will then get further instructions about how to proceed. And if you want to apply for more, you can. You just have to go through the same process again, but you don't have to fill out your basic profile because you already have that. As for the long-term jobs, let's also just quickly go over that so you know what this is about. But you can see most of these are full-time jobs, and you can see many of them are on-site. You can see Finland, Denmark, Norway, Netherlands, Poland. There are different jobs like this. So this is more if you're interested in actually job, in many cases also in physical locations. Others are small, easy tasks that anyone can basically apply for, and where the application process is not that long. So this is the difference. Just wanted to show that also. So overall, I think DataForce can be interesting. I like all the details they share and the transparency where you can find all the information you need for each task before you decide to apply. The downside about this is that it can be a bit of a long process to apply for a short-term gig like this compared to many other platforms, because there is this long contract and all this information. So you just need to keep that in mind also. As for the long-term jobs, as they call them, that can also be an option if that is what you're looking for. But again, that of course depends on your personal preferences and your goals. I think the short-term ones are great for a bit of extra money as long as you do it with the right expectations, and as long as you also know there are no guarantees that you will qualify for all of them, and it can take patience. I would say that you should definitely not rely on DataForce alone if you're interested in just small AI training tasks. Then I actually do have a list on my website about the best AI training jobs and platforms where there are even more options, and for tasks like this it can be good to join many different platforms so you get access to more different types of tasks and more frequent tasks. So I'll leave a link to that below and you can go and check that out. But if what you're looking for is a potential full-time income where you can work on your own term or build your own online business, then I also do have some information for those of you who are interested in that on my website about my top recommended way to do that. Just keep in mind that does require a lot of time, a lot of effort to potentially build up something that can give you freedom to work on your own terms. But I'll leave a link to that below also for those of you who are interested in. But no matter what, I hope this video helped you, and if it did, make sure to hit the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.